this is Real Talk. So on tonight's show, we have a hot topic lined up for you. As you can see, my studio audience is all warmed up. Ready for the show, guys? In sub-Saharan Africa, research shows that most millennials are using their mobile phones to bet on football and are spending no less than $50 each month. According to a recent Geopol Rapid survey carried out among youth between the ages of 17 to 35 in Uganda, Tanzania, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and Kenya, Kenya has the highest number of betting youth. It is estimated that 2 million people in Nairobi alone participate in online betting. Undoubtedly, the illusion of instant riches is clearly the motivating factor. Today, Kenya ranks amongst the top 5 largest betting and gambling markets in Africa, a sure sign that it's big business. A business that, without a doubt, is affecting the lives of so many young people across Kenya and the continent. Now, taking it back home, when you ask some of these young people, what are the effects of betting on their lives? For some, they'll argue that it's positive. But for others, it's a dark struggle of addiction to betting. First guest on the show tonight is Myro Zimba. Myro is 26 years old, and for sure he's admitted that it is a struggle for him when it comes to betting. Myro, welcome to Real Talk.
Thank you.
Now, let's talk about betting. You've admitted that you're struggling with betting. Why do you think that is?
For starters, gambling itself is, or rather betting, I took it as a sport. But again, as time goes by, you buying time, getting more into it, having your free time spent on betting, then it turns to get addictive, and you get carried away at times. It may happen that you place several bets to approximately 10 to 15 bets a day.
So let me ask you, how long have you been betting for?
Quite some time, around 5 years, yes.
So you started when you were 21 years old?
Exactly.
So talk to me about your first bet. When did you decide, like, I want to play? And how much money did you play?
Immediately, this we heard of one of, if I can mention, one of this biggest betting site. When it came to light to the youth at that very time, maybe 5 years ago, I placed 100 bob.
Okay.
First, and I lost.
The 100 bob?
Yeah, and I felt it was, at that time, as a sport, 100 bob was not much. So I decided to go for another one.
How much?
100 bob.
Another 100 bob?
Yes. And as time went by, counting the 100 bobs, it gets to maybe 800.
In a day?
In a day.
So you would actually place bets 8 times in a day worth 100 shillings?
Yes.
But because each time you're playing, you're placing 100 shillings, you don't feel like it's a lot of money.
Exactly.
Until you sit down and realize, oh my God, I just spent 8 sock today.
Yes. And then looking at the returns, the returns, maybe having 100 bob, then giving you a return of maybe 8,000, then that's where the trick comes in.
So let's talk about that, because you've said that you started with playing with 100 shillings. So what was your biggest win?
No, I've never won with 100 bob.
Okay.
But I can remember my first biggest win was a jackpot win of 11 correct wins. By then, there was no mega jackpot. It was just a jackpot in 2014. And I got a bonus of 98,000.
And how much had you played with of your own money?
800 shillings.
So you placed 800 shillings, yes. And it gave you how much?
98,000 and some bit of Kenyan shillings.
I'm just trying to do the math. That's like over 100 times more.
Profit, yes.
And that is when now you get hooked.
That's when you get hooked and you feel like, now here's the money. This is a sport which at the end of the day you earn. So, and the money is right on your account, then you get tempted. That with 100 shillings, I had almost 100,000. So here's the money. How much can I place more to get more money? So
that 98,000, how much more of it did you spend on the betting?
Funny part with this is that you'd spend most of it back to the site. So how much? Give me the figure, because you've told us 800 shillings, ikakupa 98,000. So what did you do with that 98,000? You ask me what I did with the 98,000 around 2014. I can't even trace where. But if you had to remember, how much of it went back to betting? maybe 30% of it.
30%. So that's like a cool almost 30,000 Kenya shillings.
Yes.
That you put back.
Yes.
And then that 30K that you put back, did you get extra winnings now, perhaps more than the 98K out of it?
Not 98,000, but again, I tried to play smart, that placing more money, but having less stake of about maybe 8 odds or something of that sort. And I kept on winning 15,000, 25,000, that. Then there's a time I went, there was drought.
What do you mean when you say there was drought? Yani kulikauka?
No more winnings. We just placed.
So now you are having bad luck.
Yes.
So this guy who, wait, you started with 8 sock, got you to 98K. Hiyo 98K ukachukua 30K. Hiyo 30K ikakuzalia how much? Because umesema now you would win 30K 25. So you got your money back.
I was not keeping count because I get my money. I have some in the account. I withdrew some, left what I was to stake later. Then as I kept on winning the 15, the 25, I used to withdraw. Then I put a maximum or a minimum of my account. And I remember I had in my account, I used to leave almost 12 to 15,000 in the account. So, and giving myself a target that maybe out of this 15,000 I would make, if not 100,000, then not less than 80,000.
So were you meeting your targets?
No.
Okay, so let's be practical. Your target was like around 80K, umesema.
Yes.
So how much were you making?
After making the 15, the 25, then I tell you, there came the drought.
So you were making zero.
Zero.
And you're spending how much?
I kept on staking. I started with around 5,000 nil.
So now before umetoka ligi ya kuweka so moja, umeingia ligi ya kuweka ngiri tano sasa, 5,000 Kenya shillings.
And as more you get the losses, the stake reduces. So you just tell yourself, let me have a 3,000 stake and look at it. And there you are, the first game down. So then you get tempted, you just go to 1,000, then that's when the money disappears.
So let me ask, and I'm just trying to understand, what were you doing for a living to afford 5,000 Kenya shillings? Was this on a daily basis?
No, I had the money that I had. 90,000 was so much at that time for myself. And I'm thinking of it, the biggest thing I did with it was buying a phone.
Yani hiyo pesa yote umeshinda 98,000, 25,
yes.
The most you did with it kununua simu. Simu ya how much?
Simu, 34,000.
34,000.
Yes.
So where was the rest of it going?
Spend, have fun.
You know, you said something earlier. You were like, I was not counting.
Yes.
So is that a fact? When you win the money from betting, you don't feel like you have to be responsible with it because it's free money.
Yes, and at that a very moment where you get such big money, the first click is never so positive about your life. It's about the positivity of having fun. Here's the money. So what am I going to do with it next?
Okay, so let me ask you right now. Do you believe you have an addiction to betting?
To some point, I felt yes. But again, I toned it down because I regulated myself. After getting to the sports industry, because I got myself to the sports industry, freelance journalist, did journalism. And with that, I kept on, now not me betting, but helping people bet. So,
okay, so you're spreading the addiction. You're helping others bet.
Yes. I was helping fellow youth bet and stuff. But again, it was not more of an addiction. It was more of sure bets. This is going to win, this is going to lose. But again, in the game of sports, it's never that way. That's what's called gambling.
So it's a sport?
Yes.
So let me ask you one question, and as we move on to the next guest, what would have happened in that time had you gone a day without betting? Was it a possibility that you could actually say, this week I'm off? Ama you'd still feel like, I need to put some money there?
You feel that you need to put some money there because you feel like somebody somewhere will win and you just somewhere seated there with your 100 bob.
So do you see how it can be an addiction?
It can be an addiction.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So I want to introduce my next guest. I have Collins Alasia. Collins is 28, and he also has had some positive and negative experiences with betting. Collins, welcome to the show. So I'm sure that when you were seated in the audience listening to Myro talking about his experience with betting, it was a bit similar to yours as well.
I won't say it is like 90% similar, but around 20%, because for me, I've had a positive on betting.
You know, I can tell that you bet. The fact that you compared the similarity in percentages.
Yes,
clearly, wewe unakaaga chini unapiga the odds. So
yeah, of course, you have to get enough time, not from one person. Different person have to give it their view, then come with your own, then make a decision, then place the bet.
When was the first time that you placed a bet?
That was back in 2013. Yeah, and I was forced to bet because I was looking for money.
So it was not something that you were doing for as a leisure activity or for fun. You had to do it.
It wasn't for fun because I had no option. I was looking for money. I have to pay rent. I don't have a job by that time. So I was looking for almost to get money. So I was ready for like go do something bad. It was to get money in the right way. Yeah.
So
I
how
decided to go
much
for
did you
betting.
place a bet on?
That one I placed 100 shillings.
Okay.
Whereby after winning I got that was 8,000 shillings.
So with the 100 shillings that you put in, you got 8K.
Yes. And it was my first bet, remember that?
The first time.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
how
like
lucky were
a
you?
good welcome for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then after that, how many more times did you bet?
So after that, I remember understanding you have different betting sites. So when I tried that one, so it was very hard for me because you have to have 100 shillings to bet. And you know that I'm also struggling, I'm looking for a job, and I have also responsibility to take care of. So I started also going to other betting sites, and I landed to one that I can say till now is the best for me.
So when you bet there, you win. That's why it's the best for
I'll
you.
say if I bet there, I have a chances of 80% winning.
Okay, so let's talk about now, since wewe umefanya homework, umefanya research, yani mpaka kuna ile usha identify, this is where I know I have 80% chance of winning.
Sure.
What's the most that you've ever won from betting?
The most I've ever won just recently, 2 months ago, precisely.
How much was it?
If I do the totals, because I was winning different amounts, if I do the totals of almost 500,000.
So in a span of how many weeks, you say?
That was less than 1 month.
From betting?
Yes.
So how much of your own money did you play with?
I remember I always do this. I always place bets every after the end month. Of course, I've gotten some salary. Most I play early at the month, then almost the mid or in the end. So I remember that day I always place 50 shillings. So I can deposit either like 300 shillings or 500 shillings. I play in case I get a loss. I also deposit another amount.
So
and the recent one that I won
take me back a bit, because I've never played any of the betting games.
Yes.
My whole life. So you're saying that you're putting in 50 shillings
per bet.
Per bet, but how many bets are you placing in a day?
I might say it's over 500 or 1,000.
500 bets.
Yes, because these
So,
are
hold
bet
on.
and betting.
Collins, you're used to these numbers.
Yes.
So 50 shillings, and you're saying in a day you can bet 500 times?
Yes.
So
Even
is that
more.
500 times 50?
Yes.
So you're spending 25,000 Kenya shillings.
Yes, I might say it's not my money at all. Because when I win, I place another bet. I remember this bet I'm playing, it takes less than 5 seconds, another one 85 seconds.
Tell me what you mean when you say it's not your money, because I can imagine when you start, you've taken your 50 bob, you've
Yes.
played, it's given you 10,000.
Yes.
Doesn't that 10,000 now become your money?
And that's why I told you, when I compare the expenditure and the returns. So it's like, I've used only 300 shillings, and they have won like 12 or 20,000. You know, when I play, I have that principle and I have a target. When I place 1,000 shilling, I say, when I'm going to win, I must get 10,000. When I reach 10,000, I say, I have to get 15,000. That's how it is. Sometimes you may say 15, you go back again to like 1,000, they take you back to 1,000.
Earlier on when we were talking to Myro,
Yes.
so he said that like you, he's also a lucky guy. Yeah, he's won a couple of huge
Yes.
amounts of money, but then he admitted there was a point where now there was a dry spell, kulikauka. So
Yeah.
for you, have you ever been through such a time where kulikauka?
Yes, I must say, yes, there is a time. That was back last month, if I'm sure of that. I remember winning, that was 158,000 with 50 shillings.
So 50 shillings gives you 158,000.
158 shillings. And when I won that, I had to withdraw the amount. And I remember it's even one of them that made me even move to my current place I'm living. And I must say, in my household, everything that I have is through betting, nothing. I've never used my salary.
So tell me, when you say everything you have, umenunua nini twende? TV?
I must say TV. I bought furniture.
Viti? Which type? Ile ya showroom ama ile nitatia fundi kamwambia hii picha ndo nataka?
Okay, of course I had to take my own design to the fundi, not the showroom, yeah.
TV, furniture, what else?
Furniture, back to the kitchen.
Electronics?
Yes, come to electronics, come back into my bedroom, everything.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I do have a job.
To what extent is the money that you earn from your job used to sustain your betting activities?
Okay, one of my way of betting was when of course I get my salary, I do clear my bills first, make sure that I have enough budget to run me through the whole month. And then the remaining amount, the one that I decide, okay, let me try, I call it miscellaneous money that I can use on anything. So I try to use that.
Do you have a family? Are you married?
I'm not married, but I'm a responsible father.
You're a responsible father?
Yeah.
So you consider yourself a responsible bettor?
Exactly, I must say that.
Okay, still more to come here on Real Talk. I want to introduce my next guest. I have with me Kefa Bosiro. Kefa is 21 years old, and he, like my previous guest as well, admits that he enjoys betting, and he's reaped some benefits from betting as well. So I want to welcome Kefa to the show. Kefa, welcome to Real Talk. So Kefa, you're 21 years old. You work as a production assistant, sports analyst, and you've confessed that you also have betted quite a lot of times before.
Yeah, true.
So tell me, how was your first bet? Because I'm seeing for everybody, it's like it's the first one that does you in. Because you put 50 bob, you get back so much money, and then you're hooked.
What I can say, I think, is that that first win inakuwa ni ile ya kukaribisha, kwa sababu utapata kwamba ukiona mwenzako amepata pesa fulani ama amebet na 50 shillings alafu amepata kama 2000, si pesa mingi, 2000 tu, hapo utaanza kusema kwamba huyu jamaa hajatumia pesa mingi lakini ametumia pesa kidogo akapata mingi. So hiyo kitu ndio inakufanya uanze kubeti pia, na ukijaribu tu kubeti unapata kwamba ile ya kwanza na wewe pia umepata ushindi, so inakuwa kwamba ndio inakukaribisha pale na iwezi kukufanya labda utoke pale, so inaanza tu kukuingisha pale pole pole.
So nikikuuliza kama wewe umesema ile ya kwanza ndio inakukaribisha, so ulikaribishwa na pesa ngapi?
I remember 2014 ndo wakati nilianza kubet, but kujaribu tu mara mbili hazikuingiana, but ya tatu ndo ilikuja ikanipea 13,000 na it happen like ndo wakati sasa nilikuwa najaribu tu kuingia kwa masomo ya wanahabari, so hiyo pesa ikanisaidia pakubwa, so ikafanya like imeningisha sasa pale uwezi acha kubeti kwa sababu umejua kitu ambacho itakusaidia. Sasa kitu kama hiyo, wakati nilikuwa natafuta pesa za kwanza kusomea wanahabari, ukapata kwamba nimepata zile za kuniingisha ndani, so hata pale ukiwa shuleni sasa unaanza kusema tu sasa kama nilijaribu mara ya kwanza ama siku ya kwanza, hata ikiwa ni beti ya tatu, siku ya kwanza imeweza kunifanya nikapata 13,000 ambazo zimeniingisha kwa masomo. Hivyo basi hata hapa katikati hata nikiendelea nina uwezo wa kupata zile za kulipa rent, kukula, kufanyia matumizi mbalimbali, lakini kazi ipo pia kwa betting.
So wewe unasema kwanza umejisomesha na betting?
Yeah.
Unalipa rent na betting. Alafu sasa umemaliza kusoma, uko na kazi, ile betting ilikupeleka shule, but you've told us about how much you've won. Let's talk about umepoteza pesa ngapi?
Kwa kupoteza, mimi naweza sema kwamba wakati nilianza kuingia kwa wanahabari ilikuwa kwamba sasa ni wakati naangalia hao wawekezaji vile wanapoteza na vile wanapata ushindi na yale malalamishi ambayo wanaleta, kwa sababu wakati washakutambua wewe kama mwanahabari, hasa sports journalist kama mimi, sasa wakikusikiza kwa radio ama wakuona kwa televisheni ukiongelea masuala ya sport, watajua kwamba labda wewe ndio watakuja kwako sasa wakuulize maswali juu ya betting, ni timu gani unaona itashinda, vitu kama hizo. Lakini wakati pia unaona wanawekeza, wanakuja kwako kwa kilio kwamba wapati. So mimi nikaona kwamba kidogo ni shike break, kwa sababu kulikuwa tu na masuala madogo ambayo yalikuwa yanajitokeza. So
hebu ngoja kwanza, unaharakisha historia sasa kusema wewe you are not only betting now because you got into media, ukafika pale sasa ikawa wewe sasa ndio kama coach wa how to bet. Watu wanakuuliza tuweke pesa ngapi, what are the odds, how should we place a bet to win, so that became a business for you.
Lakini hapo kidogo naweza liweka hivi kwa sababu wanakutumia kama mtu mwenye unaelewa about sports.
Yes.
So mtu akikuja kwako umwelekeze tu, kwa sababu utapata kama huyu jamaa amejaribu kubeti sana lakini labda anagonga nje. So utapata anakuja tu kukuuliza labda hii timu unaona ikicheza na hii timu, kuna zile ligi ambazo kidogo hawazielewi, lakini utapata kwamba sport journalist unazielewa kidogo kwa sababu wao mnaziangazia sasa hivi. So siseme kwamba kule kuwasaidia kwamba niko kazi, lakini ni mawaidha tu kuwapea, kwa sababu hata wakati ambapo wanawekeza kuna ile mawaidha utawapea ukiwaambia kwamba usijiingize ndani sana, usiwe addicted zaidi, kwa sababu hiki ni kitu ambacho chaweza kukutoanisha, hata kiweza kuleta shida mbalimbali hata kwa uhusiano wako ama kwa masuala ambayo unajiendeleza nayo pale nyumbani. Hivyo unapowekeza pia angalia unawekeza namna gani na vile vile njia ya kuwekeza.
I want to bring back Myro back into this conversation because Myro, you charge people, don't you?
I don't. I even don't.
So you just give free advice?
It's not even business.
It's not business?
It's just like kefa.
Okay. But are there people who charge others?
Yes, there are.
So it's a business?
There are people who do business on this, and I don't quite follow because as I told you earlier, it goes either way. You predict, and it's either a win or a loss.
Yeah.
So even if they charge, in fact, people who charge do charge, but they don't do the betting.
They don't do the betting themselves. They just charge you, then
they give it to you, then
venye kutakuwa mbele, that's a
wewe utajua tu mwenyewe.
Okay, fair enough. And I want to take a sample from my audience because I have an audience full of young people, and I want to ask them how many people in this studio right now have participated in any betting activities previously. Show of hands, guys. So, okay. How many have not? And from the ones who have never played, would you consider playing? No. Okay, right. Remember, you can join the conversation via our social media handles. That is #RealTalkWithTamima on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Let me know, what has your personal experience been like with betting? Is it something that you support? Is it something that you or your friend are struggling with? Join the conversation via that hashtag, #RealTalkWithTamima. Right now, we'll be taking a very quick break. We'll be right back. Don't go too far. Welcome back to Real Talk. Remember, tonight we are talking about betting and the effect that it has on young people in the country. So far, my guests have shared about how they have won ridiculous amounts of money through betting. And I still have more guests who are going to be sharing with us the impact that betting has had on their lives so far. But before that, earlier on, I had asked my studio audience, have they participated before in any betting activities? Most had, some hadn't. And those who hadn't, I asked them, would they consider betting, knowing what they know now? So I'm going to take a question. I'm going to take actually a comment from Lemayan, who's in the audience. So Lemayan, would you say that you haven't bet yet?
Yeah.
Would you consider playing?
I actually once betted thrice, and the first, the second, and the third bet, all of them went astray. So I considered giving up, so I don't bet.
So you would not do it?
Yeah.
And I think that's interesting, considering you're a guy. And I just want to ask the audience again, because I have ladies in here as well. Let me talk to the girls for a minute. How many ladies in the audience have played, and probably with any of the different companies we have, how many of the ladies have bet before? Ladies in the audience, who has placed a bet anywhere before? 2 ladies only? Okay, maybe just to confirm that. Who has not? Ladies in the audience, who has not placed a bet anywhere before? So I want to ask one of the ladies just to find out how come for the guys you have a higher affinity of a young person who is male playing as opposed to females. Because as you can see in the room, most females in the room actually haven't placed a bet anywhere before. Let me talk to one of the girls. So Esther, representing the ladies in the audience, why have you never been interested in placing a bet anywhere?
Because we associate betting with the male gender. Like most of the times tunaonanga maboy ama the male gender, the males ndo wanaendanga watch ball and everything. So I wouldn't go for betting, and yet najua tunta itaenda lose. It's hard upate dem amebet na akawin, unaona. Like me, nimebet once and ikaenda lose.
So you've done it?
Yes, I've done it. And I've done it, I guess, 3 times or 4 times. But most of them hakuna yenye nishai win, so I don't think most girls will go for betting, and yet we don't even follow sports. I don't even know Kenyan teams or something like that, you see.
Do you guys in the audience agree with that? That's why girls don't bet? Okay. Next I have Steve. Steve, have you ever placed a bet before?
No.
You've never bet?
Yes.
No pressure, because I can imagine you're young, a lot of your friends are betting. You've never felt the urge or the pressure to bet?
Not before.
How come?
Because I don't know. Yeah.
It's just never interested you?
Yeah, because I'm not a fan of football. Like, I see like, what if I bet and I don't follow that much football, I'll end up losing. But after what I've heard, how people calculate, you can even consult someone and just sit down and make the math. I think you can reach there.
Let's take one more final response from the audience. Your name, please, my dear?
I'm Valerie.
Valerie, have you placed a bet anywhere before?
Not really.
Why is that, do you think?
Because of the instances that my friends go through, like my male friends, they lose their money through betting, so I don't want to bet.
You don't want to bet?
Yeah.
Now, remember tonight we are spotlighting the effect of betting on young people. So we've shared stories so far from different guests tonight. I also have some more guests who will be joining me shortly. I have Abdul and I also have Winnie. And Abdul's story is a bit different because he now confesses that looking back, he was actually addicted to betting. Abdul, welcome to Real Talk. So you've been in the audience this entire time and you've had all my previous guests share their different experiences with betting. So for you, it's a bit different because you're actually saying that you recognize that it's an addiction, it's something you've struggled with, and today you're actually here to speak about it in that you want to warn other people to be careful that in as much as they're winning, there's also a dangerous side to it.
Yeah, definitely. Like for me, let me start from where I started it. You know, sisi kama wa Kenya kuna vitu watu believe mpaka uone. Unaona, hata ukiambiwa kuna watu wanaambiwa kuna Jesus, hawa believe, wanangoja siku ya mwisho, unacheki. So for me, there's a friend of mine akaniambia, listen, unajua football because I used to play football back then. So hebu help me see which team will win. Nikamwambia fine. So the first day he won. Then he's like, bro, you can be winning pia wewe. Join. Nikamwambia no, I don't believe in betting. Because to my religion is haram.
Because you're Muslim?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim. Because it's something you don't have to do. But sisi ni nani unaona? Nikamwa kanaweza pata pesa hapa, let me join. So I remember my first match was because I'm a fan of Brazil. Brazil was playing with Israel back in 2014. It's just a friendly game. So I said, let me place 1,000 for Brazil. If I win, then I'll know it's something ya ukweli. So I placed the bet. So usiku nimetulia tu home, nikapata message, congratulations, you've won. I called my friend, bro, I won. So how do I withdraw the money? Akani take to the procedure, pesa ikaingia kwa M-Pesa.
How much?
Ilikuwa nimeka 1,000, so I just won 1,500. Kwa sababu ilikuwa na odds ya 1.5. So nikapata 500 ya juu. So nika withdraw the whole amount. Ikakataa kwa sababu kuna some charges wanakata. So nikapata like 1,400 hivi. So nikachukua hiyo pesa imeingia kwa M-Pesa, still I don't believe nimewin. So nikabuy credit ikaenda. Kasema this is something good, sio? Ikakuwa ni no my daily thing. So
daily? So how much were you betting each day?
For me nilikuwa na my first time nilibet na 1,000, but from there nikakuwa na bet 100 shilling. The funny part ni my first bet sikuwin, my first niliwin na 1,000, but 400 shilling I didn't win anything. So ikafika like 400 ndo nikawin. I won 441. Another one I won 132,000 zote.
So you've won 132,000?
Yes.
That's the most you've ever won?
Yeah, I have even a screenshot of that.
Okay. And you had put in how much to win
100
that?
shilling.
100 shillings.
Yeah.
Won you 132,000.
Yes.
So
and then another 100 shilling won 441,000.
So basically almost 500,000 Kenyan shillings.
Definitely.
Just from 100 shillings.
Yeah.
So today sitting here, you confess that betting was an addiction for you. At what point did you realize I'm addicted? This is getting dangerous.
2017.
What happened?
It's a tough story to say, lakini, you know, when I won that money, so iPhone 6 ilikuwa ilitoka 2014 September. So nikanunua. Wale watu wa kwanza unaona iPhone 6 nikanunua. So alafu nguo, that's the only thing nilifanya. So the 441 Nikasema I can start something with this. So I bought a tuk-tuk. Mombasa, it was 360. Cash nikanunua. Do you know, from that day, I realized I have a tuk-tuk last year, April, when nimekuwa broke, ndo nikakumbuka I have a tuk-tuk.
Ulisahau ulinunua tuk-tuk?
So my uncle ndo alikuwa na Iran. So pesa ilikuwa per day anipatia 1,000. So 2 years, hata 100 sijapata.
Okay.
So nikaona, hii nimebet nini, nikamcall, uncle mambo poa. Wewe niko na tuk-tuk yangu kwako, so pesa yangu iko vipi? Akaniambia, I don't have anything for you.
So let me ask, in those 2 years, the reason why you didn't follow up on this tuk-tuk that you bought with 360,000 Kenya shillings of your money, was the money you were making from other betting activities that good?
Yeah, it was that good. Alafu, you know, I'm a journalist by profession. Lakini nikafanya cargo. Cargo iko na pesa. Unaona, because nilikimbilia pesa first. So nilikuwa pesa, it was an easy thing kupata, unaona. So sikuwa nafikiria, but April venye kazi ikakuwa ish kwa sababu ya election. So nikakumbuka, I have something naweza pata pesa.
What's that moment that made you realize I need to stop betting?
There was a time nilikuwa na like kwa account 140k. So nikatoa 20, nikabet, ikaishia with seconds. Nikakimbia bank tena, nika withdraw another 20, ikainua
Same day?
Same day. Hiyo ni 40. Nikakopesha kwa mtu. Listen, tomorrow I'll give you 20,000, nipatie.
Because you were so sure you would win.
I'll win. Sawa. So 60,000 kwa siku. In my account nimetoa 40 bado so na 20 ni ya mtu. So niko na 80. So the next day nikasema, these guys wamenikula, today is my day. Sio? So unachiki mwili yangu mimi nafanya kuwe bodybuilder sahi. Lakini unajua kuna ile ukiweka team lazima unakaza. Nyama inaenda. Haukuli. You see? So vitu kama hizo pia haulali, haukuli, uko kwa tension 24/7. Na hizo team sasa ni wao wata decide nani atawina ama nini, unaona? So wewe ndio utaumia to the end of the day. So the next day ile 80 nikakaenda nikatoa 20 kwa sababu ilikuwa a deal tumeweka. Si imebaki 80, 40 nyingine ikainua. So ikabaki 40 kwa account. Sasa nikaanza kufikiria. Na job sasa job iko hivi.
So at this point you started from having 140,000 Kenya shillings
to 40,000.
How in total you bet over 100,000 Kenya shillings
2 days.
in
Less
2
than
days.
48 hours.
That's when you knew now you've hit rock bottom.
Hapo sikujua hit rock bottom. Si niko na 40k. Najua kama if 100 inaweza leta 4 something, 1 something, so E40 italeta more. So instead hiyo 40 nitulie tu, I look for something, maybe nipeleke dem out, kitu kama hiyo. Nikamua irudi base. So 20 pay ikaenda siku ya 3 hapo. Ikabaki 20. Noma ni noma sasa. So hiyo 20 imebaki ya mwisho, nilikuwa na mahesabu mbili. Kulikuwa na show Kani. Niende Kani ama ni bet nipate zaidi, ndo ni at least nikiwa Kani nikipata na mtu akiniambia aje nichukulie mzinga ndaweza kutoa, unacheki. So nishakata tiko ya kuingia Kani. So kuna kama 17,000. So badala niweke at least niende nayo, nikasema wacha ni bet na 15. Nikipata something hapa alafu itanisaidia, unaona. So na hiyo site unakula within 2 seconds ama 5 seconds. Ama so, unakula.
Your last 15,000 ikaanguka hivyo.
Ikaishia.
Mebaki na 2,000 sasa hivi.
2,000. Hiyo 2,000 sasa ujui uweke, ujui uende nayo Kani, ujui kule, unacheki. Yaani ujui ufanye nini, ujui sijanunua nguo hiyo concert, niko na ticket. So ticket ilibidi ilienda hivyo. So nilikuwa na 2,000 na ticket ya concert.
Na ticket ya concert. So clearly that was rock bottom. So what did you do? How did you now realize this is a problem?
Unacheki, nimewakula like in total tuseme inaweza fika kama 2 million or something. Lakini wao pia kuna venye I think tukicalculate wao pia ni the same, yani imebalance, lakini wamemaliza health yangu, unacheki. Unakona ukuli, uko kwa toilet 24/7, unacheki. So in real sense wao ndo wameniwahi, si mimi nimewahi.
Because it's stressful.
Stress, yeah.
Hiyo kukua pale unafikiria utaweka
you support Manchester lakini unataka Manchester ifungwe kwa sababu umeweka goal maybe. Na sasa Manchester is leading 1-0, unaona? So inakumalizia everything. The only thing niko nayo ya betting nakumbuka ni iPhone 6 mpaka leo peke yake.
Hakuna kitu kingine maana ulifanya na hiyo pesa.
TV nilinunua ilichomeka, PS nilipeana.
Tuk ulisahau.
Tuk nilisahau, ilifanya family iko sana juu venye kudai pesa yangu. Anko akajam na mimi akaambia mother hiyo sana nani tusi nini so ikabidi mother lazima atasupport mtoto wake, unacheki juu anajua ni jasho yake. Mother kujua nimebet sababu mamangu ni mother mmoja wale wa dini, unaona, so angejua nimebet ingekuwa issue, unacheki.
So today, when was the last time you actually played and placed a bet anywhere?
Last time World Cup, kwa sababu I was sure Brazil will win the match, so nikasema hii pesa 100% itaru, so nikabet, but sijai bet tena. Nowadays,
pesa ngapi?
It was 10,000.
You placed 10,000
yeah.
And you lost that money?
No, I didn't lose. Niliwin hiyo kwa sababu it was Brazil playing. Alafu ilikuwa group stages, haikuwa the knockout stages.
So right now, how often do you bet?
I don't. Nowadays mimi ni expert kwa sababu before nilikuwa na bet na pesa yangu inakuliwa ama nakula. So ikikuliwa ni stress kwangu. Nowadays siku hizi nakwambia Tamima, unataka kubet si ndio? Manchester itawin. Weka 5,000, ukikula at least 1,000 utaniekea. So ukikuliwa ni wewe.
So you become so crafty. You don't use your own money but you use other people's money.
Yeah, other people's money. Wacha kaita iende yao sio yangu.
Okay.
Watakikula lazima something ata hey bro nimewin, thank you.
Okay, so lots of confessions here tonight on the show. I also want to introduce another guest. We have Winnie Sabana, because so far we've seen various gents sharing their experiences with betting. But today we also want to show you that this is an issue that also young women are facing. It's a challenge that increasingly, because for a lot of young people, it's a quick, fast way to make quick money. Like you've had, put in 100 shillings, you get almost 100 times much more. So next I want to welcome Winnie onto the show. Winnie, welcome to Real Talk.
Thank you.
So you've been in the audience this entire time, listening to the various experiences from all the other guests who've spoken. So you're young, you're female. Earlier on we had asked the ladies in the audience, do they play? And not to a surprise, because a lot of them didn't. Yeah. But here you are, a young woman who says that I play, I bet a lot. So when did you start betting?
So I was not betting at first. Until my brother was betting, so hey Winnie, leo nimekelea 1,000, nimeshinda maybe 5,000. So hey 5,000, ebu let me try, because I was working with the company Premier Bet until now. So I started betting with that because there's other games apart from balls. There's spin, there's virtual horse race. So I started to be tempted. Okay, I put 20 bob, I get maybe 60 bob. Naekelea, naeka 100, napata 300. Unaona, something like that. But kwa ball nilikuwa na bet, but si sana. Maybe nilibet another day 100, nikapata 800. Nikasema, hey, this is lovely. Acha ni next time kukiwa na game naekelea, kukiwa na game naekelea another one.
I like that you say that you because you don't know football, so football didn't appeal to you, but now you took the time to learn other sports.
Yeah.
For instance?
Okay, because I'm working there, so some people were coming, maybe I put them spin, I put them horse.
What is spin?
Spin is a game inazunguka.
Okay.
So ukiekelea maybe kuna red, kuna green ukishinda ukiekelea na 20 bob unapata 700. So vijana walikuwa wanajawa na kuja wana bet. Nikasema hebu let me try niekelee kwa football. So nilikuwa na bet na football na maybe 100 shillings napata 400, naekelea 500 napata maybe 1,500.
Okay.
Yeah, but for now I'm not betting.
And we know, my producers told me that there's a reason why now you're not betting, because you've just told us that you are placing bets, you are getting money back.
Yeah.
But then it took a turn for the worse.
Yeah.
And tell us, when did you now start having, as the other guys have labeled it, the bad luck, kukauka, dry spell? When did the dry spell start?
Unade nimekelea, nimesema, hebu acha leo nipate pesa mingi, nikasema acha nieke 1,500. Na hiyo ilikuwa ya shopping. Mbele na nyuma ndio ilikuwa na hiyo 1,500. So I decided nikaekelea 1,500 for bet. Nikangoja. Oi, ndio hiyo imeenda. Na imagine sina shopping kwa nyumba. So that time nikakaa hivi nikafikiria, nikakuwa na stressed up. Nikasema sina mafuta, sina sukari, nimetumia hiyo pesa yote kwa kubet. By the hata ndo nikasema hapo sasa hakuna kubet bet tena.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and now you can confidently say that that was the last time that you placed a bet
The last
anywhere.
time that I placed a bet.
Okay, and Abdul, because your story is a bit different, because in a sense you recognize that you are addicted. So do you think that by virtue of the fact that you're not playing with your own money, but you're asking other people to place the bets for you, you're still chasing that thrill?
Actually, you know, Apple, there's something positive to me kwa sababu it's not my money naenda, it's not my health inaumia, si mimi nakaza tina ngoja timu moja niko hivi. Unaona, nowadays I watch football for fun. So before it was like una watch hivi Manchester playing with Chelsea, unataka maybe you said goal. Your team is winning 1-0, unataka iende 1-1. You see? So Manchester ikidraw mtaani watu watakuchekelea, unaona? So inakuumiza the thing. Lakini for now nikikwambia Tamima, si tubeti kitu ukikuliwa niwe mimi niko hapo na ngoja tu, ukikula sawa niko hapo kando yako. Ukikuliwa.
But that's a bit I want you to catch. I don't think you'll have friends after this show. Because if your friends are watching you saying
they're winning, you know they're winning. They're winning.
But what happens when they lose?
You know, I tell them, listen, you put 20,000. After 2 points.
You tell them?
Yeah. The 2 points mimi ndakupatia. Nimetight the bet. So ikikuliwa it's bad day in office. Si yeye peke yake ata lose. The whole world wata lose. Unaona?
Join the conversation via the hashtag #RealTalk with Tamima. Right now, we'll be taking a very quick break. Don't go too far. When we come back, some more guests will be putting this topic into perspective. Welcome back to Real Talk. As you can hear, the audience is pretty excited. Some staggering figures that we've had. How you can place 50 shillings and walk away with such a huge amount of money. Now, just to put this into perspective, we've had stories from Winnie, we've had stories from Abdul. I also want to introduce Silas. Silas is in the audience with us. Silas, how are you?
I'm very fine.
So Silas, you've also placed bets before.
Yes.
And admittedly, you've won sometimes.
And lost sometimes.
And lost sometimes.
My case here is that I was first introduced to betting while I was still at college. Now, the first 2 bets I won. The first cash I won was 1100, yeah? Then, because you always have an appetite for more. And the second bet I placed, I won, that was 2,500. Then after that, now I became a perennial loser. I once placed 500. When you log into the website, you know, with the computer, it always gives you an appetite. Those odds are very, very welcoming. And when you just place one, there are chapters. You placed over and over. Then when you scroll down, there's some little odds. That's when you know this is a sure bet. Now, when you place, then you'll find that you have chosen almost 20 teams. Now you place, because 20 teams, I realized that 20 teams with that website is almost 1 million.
So do you still bet today?
No, but I can say I help friends bet, because I have realized that when I tell friends to bet on such teams and teams, they win. But me, I don't win. So that's the big question I always ask myself.
So maybe that's a sign that you shouldn't bet, and probably you're having a lucky streak with your friends. And I'm really questioning the type of friends you and Abdul have. Because when you lose, you don't want to spend your own money. You want to spend your friends' money. Isn't that right, guys? Would you be friends with these guys?
No.
Like straight up. No. I want to be your friend, Abdul. Let me introduce Francis Silva, who's in the audience. Francis, so you've had everyone else share their story as well. And you're somebody who actually advocates for young people not to even bet at all. Probably tell us why is that?
Mine is not a long story, it's a short story. Vijana ambao wanaingia katika haya masuala nasikia siku hizo wanaita ni kuwekeza. Si kuwekeza bali ni kutupa pesa. Ama at the end of the day au mwisho wa siku utaishia kupoteza pesa, ama utaweza kupoteza, unaweza kuuza hata mali yako yote hata vifo mara nyingi huwa vinatokea. Mataifa ya nje kumeripotiwa vifo vingi sana. Hata katika mataifa ya Marekani ambako uwekezaji umezidi sana, unapata kwamba betting ndio unafanya watu wanajiua sana.
Because it leads to depression, suicide.
Masuala haya yanatokea sana. Hata hapa Kenya huenda yanatokea, lakini hayajaanza kuweza kunukuliwa ili watu wajue statistics ama takwimu ni ngapi. Lakini kuna watu wanajiua, lakini sasa havijaanza kutokea kwenye vyombo vya habari.
Na pengine, because I like that you're coming to this with a lot of wisdom. Ukimsikia pengine pale Abdul, pengine pale tumesikia pia Silas, where they are saying wenyewe walicheza wakaona pengine wanapoteza pesa nyingi, lakini sasa they are playing through friends. Do you agree with me when I tell them that in a sense you're still feeding your addiction?
Nafikiria hapa ni swala la wewe mwenyewe kujiangalia wewe mwenyewe uko vipi. Usifuate mambo ya rafiki yako anakuambia namna gani. Ukiwa umefikisha miaka 18, wewe mwenyewe una uamuzi wa kuamua ukiwa unataka kubet ama unataka kufanya namna gani. Kwa hivyo ni uamuzi wewe binafsi. Kama unataka kuamua kubet, lakini mimi ushauri wangu bila shaka ni mtu asijiingize katika mambo ambayo hawezi. Ama yale mambo ambayo yatakusababishia misiba, ama umesikia rafiki yetu amesema hapa alianza kukonda. Kuna vifaa fulani ambavyo alinunua ambavyo vilichomeka baadaye. Na utapata kwamba pesa nyingi ambazo wengi huwa wanapata, mwisho wa siku hiyo pesa ukiangalia kitu ambacho umefanyia kazi, huwezi kutambua kwamba hiki ndio kitu nilinunua wakati nilipopata hii pesa. Either vipo na vimeharibika au vipo na haviwezi kuletea.
Easy come, easy go.
Yes. Mambo ni hivyo tu.
Okay, so I want to open it up to the audience, take a couple of questions from the audience. Remember, you can join the conversation via the hashtag #RealTalkWithTamima. Let me know what your views, comments, and feedback are on this issue. And I really like what Silas has said, because really, in our country today, the statistics are not really there. Nobody's doing research to follow up how deeply is this issue affecting young people. But the one thing that we have ascertained today is that a lot of young people feel like betting is it's a very easy get-rich scheme for them, because you place 50 shillings in, you get back lots of money. But we're just hoping to actually empower you to be able to know before you get addicted to this thing. Understand it fully. And right now I want to open it up to the audience. Questions from the audience?
Thank you, Tamima. I'm Masha, and my question is, if you're addicted, what can you do to quench your thirst for betting?
And probably, let me throw that to Abdul. Abdul, because wewe kuna time ulisema uli hit rock bottom. So obviously you're not betting as much as you did. So in a period from the day that you lost the over 100,000 Kenya shillings in a span of 3 days, how did you stop?
That's a good question, bro. You should yani wewe mwenye you need to decide sitaki kubet, kwa sababu there's no way watu watakudisaidia. So wewe mwenyewe tu amua like, you know what, mimi sitaki kubet, itanimaliza, kwa sababu for real that thing is no good, bro. So wengine, I know of our friends wenye wametuacha, I know of our friends wameuza gari zao, so for me it's not good. Yeah, true.
Okay, so let's take another question.
Yes, hi Tamima. Thank you. I would like to ask, can we solely blame betting to cause an increase in crime and related activities? Plus, is betting something religiously acceptable in churches, mosques? Yeah, thank you.
I think on the religion, I would say that it depends on the religion that you're from, because a lot of the Muslims will tell you that it's haram. Yeah, it's not allowed. Yeah. But even on the Christian side, really it isn't. There is no religion that finds it as an acceptable practice. And then the other thing probably on crime, and correct me if I'm wrong, because if I ask a lot of young guys in this room, probably why you're betting is because you believe that is the fastest way to get money. So it almost becomes like a job that you don't have to go at 9, leave at 5. But it's a job that for some people, instead of that job paying you, you end up paying it. Are you seeing? But on the same point, and I think I'll challenge a lot of the guys in this room, because we are all young people, do you believe that maybe it's unemployment that is causing a lot of youth to actually participate in betting as a get-rich-quick scheme? Do you believe that? Show of hands. Yeah, and especially for the guys who've placed bets elsewhere. If you had jobs and well-paying jobs, would you bet still? No. You'd still bet? Show of hands, who would still bet? Okay, interesting. Let's take another final question.
Thank you, Tamima. My question is, why do most men prefer betting rather than working?
I want to throw that to the fellas. Silva.
Ni kitu cha kawaida kwamba wanaume wengi ndio wana majukumu zaidi kuliko wanawake. Unapata ya kwamba wanaume labda wana familia nyumbani na kila mtu anamwangalia. Kwa hivyo yeye jukumu lote anawekewa la familia. Kwa hivyo ana mtoto, labda ana mke anataka kuvaa, anataka sasa na hana pesa, labda mshahara wake mdogo. Kwa hivyo itamaanisha tu yeye awekelee nini? Aekeze ili apate pesa. Kwa hivyo ndo familia yake izidi kwenda mbele.
Do you have another question?
Thanks, Tamima. My question is posted to this guy over here, Abdul. Can betting be a business opportunity? Is there a kind of algorithm or tactic you can use that when you actually collect some money and put it on the betting side, can you make it as a business, as like forex, I mean, yeah.
I think maybe to answer you, it is a business. Betting is big business. That is why you're seeing all of a sudden there are so many companies set up in Kenya, not just in Kenya, across Africa, because it's a business for those guys. And really, if you think about it, there is a science to being addicted to betting. Those businesses prey on your vulnerability because they know that it's like a drug. You go in there, put 50 shillings, you get back 10,000. So slowly by slowly, you become addicted. And even there has been scientific research that has proven that for the guys who are addicted, you'll find even with things, anything to do with addiction, from alcohol to drugs, genetically, biologically, there are those of us in the population who are predisposed, either because it runs in the family. So you could find that perhaps if people in your family are struggling with addictions, your addiction could not necessarily be the alcohol, it could not be the heroin, your addiction could be betting, because there is a whole science behind it, and that is what a lot of young people need to recognize, because you're playing with fire. It may seem like an easy thing to do, quick money, but are you strong enough, are you self-aware enough to recognize when you start going too far? Or do you have to wait, like when Abdul, you've spent over 100,000 shillings in 3 days for you to now realize, I have to stop? Because let's be honest, 100,000 shillings is a lot of money. Isn't it, Abdul?
Yeah, it's a lot of money. You can marry with it, so it's a lot of money.
Okay, so on that note, we want to end the show. Remember that you can always join the conversation via #RealTalk with Tamima. Let us know what your views and comments are on tonight's show. Join me again tomorrow here. We will be discussing a lot more issues that are affecting young people. Thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, from me and the studio audience.
Hi guys, welcome to Real Talk with Sharon. Today we're talking about
betting. Okay, clap for her.
Thank you for joining us. My name is Joel Church and this is the Real Talk with Chacha.
Hi guys, thank you so much for joining us on the Real Talk. My name is Yo Omera. Today we're talking about the issues that are going to be affecting us on the life of betting. Thank you so much.
And for her. Hello, I am Tamima, the host of Real Talk with Tamima, and I would like to invite you to be part of my audience or a guest on the show. All you have to do, if you have a story that is very personal, very powerful, and you want to inspire other people, please reach out to the show via the email address on your screen or the number as well.